Beetroot, nature's powerhouse, packed with vitamins, antioxidants and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried and finely ground to preserve their rich nutritional content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider.
Karibuni sana family. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing amazing and having yourself a beautiful day. And good evening. From my hand, it is 16 minutes past 8 p.m. And welcome to another episode of the Africa Today Show. My name is Joby. It goes on YouTube, Beetroot, and on the network. And of course, we have Mr. Blackfire with us as well. Karibu sana Keith. How's your day going?
Asante sana, Joby. How you doing?
I've taken the painkiller, feeling a little better, just sleepy because it's strong.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm feeling a little better. It was really, really painful for out of nowhere, just painful. But yeah, feeling better.
All right.
Yeah, so straight to the conversation, or before we get started, kindly a quick reminder, family, to download our app. And yes, we are in Africa on the TV. Finally, we just discovered today in the morning. So if you're listening from Uganda, shout out to Maria in Setu. If you're listening from Kenya, if you're listening from Tanzania, wherever you're listening from, add your family and friends also across Africa to download our app and stay connected, because finally we can preach the truth to everyone. I hope
Well,
everyone gets
we were always live on the radio in Africa as far as our TV app, but now we're actually visible on TV as well. So we're live on all streaming TVs in Africa. So whether you find yourself in Zimbabwe, South Africa, Angola, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Central African Republic, Congo, we're there. Mozambique.
Yeah, so if you spot me anywhere, don't feel shy to tag me, your favorite host. Don't feel shy to tag Black Out Fire, the middle of the 21st century. But also ensure you get yourself some amazing organic supplements on the like of beetroot, ashwagandha, multivitamins, skincare products. Don't skin bleach. Take care of your skin and the other ways and form. But yes, karibuni sana once again. Before we get straight to the conversation, Keith, I'd love to steal a little bit of your time.
Here we go.
Just a little bit. Just a
All
little
right.
But say yes, connected maybe to the same conversation. This is about white people admitting um, um, Jesus being black, and of course, admitting also how white people have been committing genocide on black people and how they can't fathom what has been done with when it comes to the history
They
of
can
black.
say Jesus being black, but it didn't exist. Okay,
Mhm.
there's no black or white Jesus. They still want you to stay in the same system of a lie by making this character, this cartoon character now in black, but it didn't exist. But go ahead.
So let me start with this.
I want to take the time to apologize to y'all, man, for what the white man has done to you people. It's so egregious and atrocious, and I have no words to make up or give you a proper apology for what's been done to you. I really don't. But I am truly, sincerely sorry for what has been done to you people, and it grieves me terribly. It really does.
Dang, this guy have teeth in his head. I can't understand what he's saying.
He's saying he's very sorry to learn about the history of black people, and he
Okay.
feels sorry and sad, and he's
Okay.
apologetic for the history. He can't fathom
Okay.
our history, how painful it has been, and which keeps on happening when you talk about the oppression.
Us chosen people, man.
They do everything in their power to make us hate black people. That's because these people are so powerful. These people have been here forever. White people did not pop up until about 5,000 years ago. Now, there's going to be quite a few of white people that are going to be mad at this, because y'all think everything is about you, but I'm here to tell you that it's not, and it never was. Think about it. I don't know where the fuck white people came from to be.
I don't think they think. I don't think they think. They have been subjected to think everything is about them. You know, that's how. That's
I
why they
agree.
have. Yeah,
I agree.
that's why they have this white superiority. I don't know how to call it. You know, they can use their race anywhere, thinking that they're superior. It's just something that has been passed to them, but they know nothing.
Honest, but we are not meant to be in the sun. Like how, like black people are from Earth. They have been here a long ass time, bro.
Are black people the true Israelites? For decades, this belief has sparked debates across churches, communities, and even in the street. Some call it history, others call it might, but either way, it is a conversation that refuses to fade. Watch and pay attention, and I will share my thought later.
I haven't been on here a long time, man. But this is for all the Negro people. All the Negro people. God's chosen people.
We went back to the same video you played, didn't we?
Actually a person. Just remember, anytime you see the elites or whatever you want to call them trying to make us hate a specific person or thing, it's really just because that's the most powerful thing. They do everything in their power to make us hate black people. That's because these people are so powerful. These people have been here forever. White people did not
Exactly.
pop up until about 5,000 years ago.
All of you people just popped
people
up.
that are going to be mad at this because y'all think everything is about you, but I'm here to tell you that it's not, and it never was. Think about it. I don't know where the fuck white people came from, to be honest, but we are not meant to be in the sun. Like how, like black people are from Earth. They have been here a long ass time, bro. The sun loves them. The sun
You're from
hates
Earth
white people,
too.
okay?
You're from Earth.
Hey,
You
I'm
ain't
just
from no place else. You're created here on Earth. You ain't from no place Earth.
being
Go ahead,
honest.
Jim.
Part of that has to do with wearing sunscreen and sunglasses, but that's for a whole nother video. All of those ancient people from ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, those were. Ever notice how the nose are always chopped off on those ancient structures? That's because they don't want us to know the truth. I'm not gonna say too much about this photo because I don't want my video to get taken down again. But I mean, y'all see what's going on. A lot of things you've just been lied to, y'all. Pretty much everything is the opposite of what you think it is. There's a reason they want to divide black people. It's because black people are the most connected. They are very, very, very talented at singing, dancing, athletics, you name it. So many things are designed to limit them. I think that black women are the most powerful.
You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you are the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, God's chosen people. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verses 6. But thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
The Lord thy God is absolute bullshit. Okay? The Lord thy God, no, this is nonsense. You still want to keep going back to biblical text, which is absolute nonsense. You are moronic in the head, but they don't want to let that go. You're still indoctrinated with nonsense. Okay? The Hebrew and all that shit is made up. Never existed. Never was any Hebrew. Never was any Solomon or King David. None of that shit. It's made up.
I want some of it, or I want to be a part of it. I want to join forces. I'm kind of smart, so I'll add my intellect and my intelligence, and let's come together and be superhuman together.
Is God black? Let's unpack it. And not with emotion, with facts, history, and a little theology. First, in Genesis, it says that God created man in his own image. But what did his image look like? Geography speaking, the Garden of Eden is believed to be by many scholars.
The God of the Bible, the God of the Bible is not the creator of the universe. The God of the Bible is wicked. So that's why they keep going. The God of the Bible said, who gives a fuck what the God of the Bible said? And that's what we're going to go into today. Who gives a fuck what the God of the Bible said? Wicked and evil. That's what we're going to talk about. Don't keep people what the God in the Bible said. Who gives a shit what it said? Go ahead, Joe.
And in Africa or in the Middle East, the cradle of civilization in East Africa. So the first humans, most likely, dark skin. Let's go deeper. In ancient Egypt, let's go deeper. Ethiopian and early Christians, gods, angels, and prophets were often depicted as black or brown skin, not European features. Depictions came centuries before European colonization and reshaped the visual narrative. That when people ask this question, they're really asking, does my culture or my skin, my history have a place in the image of God? The answer is yes. Drop your comments below respectfully. Just talk.
Don't y'all Christians or so-called Christians get it together? Read, love people, make a difference. Go out and tell all these racist people that we are supposed to love one another. Stop this racism bullcrap. It's enough. It is enough. A lot of people didn't choose to be black. And you know what's sad? Is they shouldn't have to feel bad because they're black.
To be black. Back as we black. Back as we black. We don't. We don't. What are you talking about? Because they're bad. Because they're black. We don't. We don't.
God chose them to be black. This needs to end now. Wake up, y'all. Look at your history.
So we got the most crazy.
Jesus was not white.
So we got the most craziest video up here. Jesus wasn't black either, because Jesus never existed. Wasn't black nor white. It took an archetype of African science, African spirituality. So this is what I want you guys to understand since we watched. Okay. Every other people means, African people means esoteric. Going inside. To creator. Right? Other people who got on the planet later created stuff that was exoteric, which was outside, looking for a Jesus and the creator outside of you. Which is a lie. That's why the Bible, even though it's created by Africans, taught you some real stuff that the creator resides inside. So their religions are always exoteric, outside themselves. African science and everything is inside. Man, know thyself. Man, woman, know thyself. It's esoteric. It's inside. The creator resides inside of you because you're part of the creator. Esoteric for black people, and when they started creating secret societies from African knowledge, esoteric. Exoteric, the small, dumb shit for everybody, exoteric. Like Islam, exoteric. Christianity, exoteric. Judaism, exoteric. So, African science, esoteric. Everybody else's goofy religion, exoteric. You have esoteric and exoteric. Do this for me real quick, Joby.
Mm-hmm.
You done with your video? Okay. Look. Esoteric.
Pardon?
E-S-S-O. Look up the definition of esoteric.
Okay.
I'm breaking up. Am I breaking? I give my damn. Okay, look up the definition. We're going to look at the definition of esoteric and then exoteric.
Esoteric means
Like this.
intent for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized or interest. Then esoteric.
And does it go deep? Does it go deeper than that? It says,
No,
it says wow. Esoteric mean goes in there. Okay, so what does exoteric mean? It should tell you about spirituality and religion. Something to say just for a small group of people.
intent for intent for likely to be understood by the general public.
Exactly, by everybody. It's outward. But they said, Joe, let me listen to how this world works, who runs it, and what's behind the scenes. Exoteric are for the morons.
Hmm. Okay.
Esoteric is ancient African science. What's crazy, Joe?
The definition
Happened,
and how
Joe?
I'm saying the definition and how I'm trying to understand it. It's crazy.
They're not going deep enough. You just scroll down and get a better understanding. Exoteric means everything outside of you, Joe. Like you got a Jesus or Allah, it's outside. And so now that's the dominant force on the planet right now. That's the dominant understanding because you got
Mm-hmm.
religion. But
Mm-hmm.
back when the Africans ruled, everything was mostly esoteric, Joe.
I
So
get
that was the majority. So yes, so esoteric means inside. It should say somewhere down the down the page or something.
not maybe unless I go through the links just a little bit.
But esoteric means within, Joby. Inside. You're going inside to find the creator. Creator resides inside of you. You're not looking outside for a Jesus or an Allah. That's exoteric. Esoteric means everything resides inside of you, Joe.
Okay, so there is another one which
So,
says the term esoteric comes with the Greek esotericos, meaning inner or belonging to
going
the
going inside. It don't come from the Greek. Greeks didn't have any language. It come from the any of these things come from the Greek, Joe. But just say African.
mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't shit come from the Greeks. It came from the African.
It's also esotericism refers to spiritual knowledge that is intentionally
Exactly.
concealed, often accessible only through initiation, deep study, and inner revelation.
Going inside. So Joe, so that's African, Joe. No spirituality comes from Africa, Joe, not the Greeks. Okay, whenever they say the Greeks, that's them stealing from you. It's the African, Joe.
Period. But yeah, we
Yeah.
can continue with your conversation from my bad video.
Okay. That went back. So what Joby says, okay, so now that leads me to esoteric and esoteric. So um, understand the reincarnation trap that we're in. So through my years of studying, I was coming out of the exoteric religion, an exoteric perspective of the world, of a Jesus and a Christ outside of me. Because of course I was never educated, for none of us educated how this reality works. Okay, so this reality that we're in is actually an illusion. It's an illusionary world. And so when you ask yourself, well, who created this illusion? Did the real creator? Or did something else create the illusion? Right? Because we know this is through science that they finally understand this is an illusion. The commission, the Comedians, the African people. Now, and when I say Kemet, I just don't mean the part of Egypt. All of Africa was Kemet back then. All the world was Kemet. So make sure we understand it. The whole world was Kemet. Not what we see as Egypt, the whole world was Kemet. Okay? When I say Kemet, I mean the whole damn world before all these other entities show, and they didn't show up. They were created, okay? So the whole world is Kemet. Or at one time, Atlantis. When Atlantis fell, they began Kemet. The whole world was Kemet. That's where you got all these temples, Angkor Wat, the pyramids, everywhere else. The whole world was Kemet. Not just what we call Egypt today. So me going back and not being afraid to catch African signs, the Africans were talking about we live, this is an illusion. And when you die, you go to something they call the duat, right? Which modern day science calls the astral plane. You know, because the CIA did these studies and they know that this exists, right? So me reading many books about near-death experience or out-of-body experiences, and in my studies getting away from Christianity, I was always coming across books and and that's why you gotta be careful when you get white people talking about science. They rebranded African science and call it New Age nonsense. Don't ever get caught up in this New Age shit because you start going into their New Age nonsense. They're taking African science and trying to repackage it with them on the top of it, right? And so everything kept saying, oh, this is a class. You die and come back, it's a class. And that caused me trying to learn. I believe that's okay, it's a class that makes sense. You come back and work out karmic debt. You come back and get it. But as I start learning more, I said, but damn, if this is a class, I was in a class and I don't remember the past life I led. And I don't know shit. How am I learning? I come back again, live another life as a Christian or a Muslim moron or whatever group of religion or some other shit. But I can't take no lessons I learned from my past life. And I said, this can't be a class. But that's what all that New Age garbage that white people were teaching. This is before I started learning about melanin, how the universe really works. That's why this is years of study. So I had to start questioning all these books by these white gurus talking about, yeah, when you die, you know, you go to this heavenly realm, the light opens up and you see whatever, you see Jesus or Allah, whatever the fuck, right? And you go there and you have a lesson, because you see it all in their movies. See, that me knowing who makes their movies, I said, nah, this is a goddamn lie. Because always in their movies, oh, you learn a lesson, and they throw your ass back in another body, right, to learn. You're here to learn lessons. How can I learn a lesson if my memory's wiped clean? What the fuck lesson am I learning? I don't know any damn thing. Okay, so as I went deep, I said, man, I better go back to the African. Because I was all in that white shit, all that New Age nonsense. Then I started going back reading the old ancient pyramid text, no ancient African. The African would say, no, this is an illusion. And you go into the duat, which is the astral plane, which I told you I read, which Robin Monroe talks about in his book. Everybody should go get the book called Journeys Out of the Body. Robin Monroe is the individual that they use. But I told you guys about the CIA Gateway Protocol. That came from Robert Monroe. He didn't ever leave his body and go into the astral world, and then realize him being white, he couldn't get out of what I call the astral, the magnetic field. He realized even in his astral body, his non-physical body, he could not leave this realm. And at that time, I didn't know enough, and I'm still in my early 20s. And I'm reading this, not with enough knowledge as I have now. He kept saying he kept going to a certain thing and he couldn't leave. I said, why can't he leave? I mean, I understand he's white. He's got a calcified pineal gland, and he can't vibrate past the magnetic field because he has animal consciousness. He's a spirit, but not a soul. He's animated because you guys know spirit means breath. Make sure we understand this. Spirit means breath. Okay, not that you're a ghost. It means breath. You're animated with breath. Put us up, Joby, real quick. Get that. Say, what's the definition of spirit? Spirit means breath. It's not a soul. You're spirit. Okay.
It says, the first definition says the non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character.
Okay. Yeah, that's a non-physical, but then because you have a spirit, I mean you have a soul. They try to conflate it. Spirit does not mean soul. Spirit is breath. So keep going down to it. It should say breath somewhere in there. It should say breath.
The second one is the prevailing or typical quality, mood, or attitude of a person, group, or period of time. Um, Another one,
The Google's I ain't tell you what the actual meaning is no more. Look at this. They ain't telling you breath. Should say breath somewhere, Joby, in there.
a force with a human being thought to give the body life, energy, and power.
See, man, that's
Uh,
energy because it's energy, but nowhere. See, they ain't saying breath. So the true term of spirit means breath. God, see how they? I want you to know these specific people are changing definitions. Okay, so as I start reading the ancient African text, Africans would let you know this is an illusion. This doesn't exist. This is an illusion created by something called what we said the demiurge, Urogo, or Yaldabaoth, right? This is according to the Africans. Now with the Dogon, talk about Dogon and Kemetic cosmology, that this existence that we're in was created by this entity, this quasar, that got cut off from true source and created this existence. And since it's cut off from true source, it's got to feed off other energy. Because it doesn't get, because if you know about the universe, everything is connected back to true God. Everything's getting energy from true source. Everything. That's why the universe is connected like a spider web. Everything has energetic webs connected back to true source. Everything gets energy. Okay? So since this thing was cut off from true creation, so now it has to feed off the energy from us. So it created a demonic group of entities called the Archons. The Watchers, the Archons, that would feed off the energy of us. And so it created this illusionary world. A soul trap, died, come back, died, come back, died, come back. And you never learn enough in this illusion to change your reincarnation loop. So you're in a reincarnation trap. And that's what our ancient ancestors talked about, right? And so that was esoteric knowledge. So when you get these other people here created by the demiurge, Ogo, or the or Yaldabaoth, because you start getting this fake science, this exoteric religion trying to tell you look outside, and then you just come back and you gotta learn lessons and karma and all that fake shit. It's a lie. Okay? So do this for me, Joby.
yes.
Type keep that up. Type in Google, say nag. I'm sorry, spell that. Just spell this. Hold on, give me a second. I don't know how to spell this. Give me a second. I want you to type in Nag Hammadi, Nag Hammadi text claiming that the God of this world is the devil. Ancient. This where your Bible, they took your Gnostic, your Africans, they had to kill them. They created this fake Christianity, Christian sanity. If you don't know the God you're worshiping is actually the devil. It's
Come again.
Ogo. So I want you to go to bam. Yeah. My phone went off. Damn. Say say the Nag Hammadi. Oh, my other phone's still on. Shit, my other phone went out of power. Hold on. Okay, this is up. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see here. Try to get how to spell it. Nag Hammadi text. Not Nag Hammadi. Nag Hammadi. Damn. The Nag Hammadi text. Here we go. Okay, so it's gonna be NAG
Mm-hmm.
and then comma. Then space. Then HAMMADI. HAMMADI. Nag Hammadi. text. So the Nag Hammadi text, it says collection of early Christian and Gnostic writings from Kemet, of course. Say the Nag Hammadi text that says the God of this world is the devil. The Nag Hammadi text that says the God of this world is the devil. This is your original Bible. This is your original religion that they flipped upside down, Joby. Now, anything pop up?
They're saying that the Nag Hammadi text is an ancient historic text that claims that God of the Old Testament Bible is a fraud. The discovery,
Exactly. It's the devil. So, I'm sorry, Joy, go ahead. It's a fraud. Right.
the discovery and translation of the Nag Hammadi library, initially completed in the 1970s, had provided
Because,
impetus to a major re-evaluation of early Christian history.
early Bible. Okay, so what you find if they got no history? When Constantine, they making this fake Christianity, you had the problem of the Africans saying, what are you doing? The God that you're trying to make, this God is the devil. He is the fraud. He's the fake. That's where you get the Dogon talking about Urogo and the Yaldabaoth and the Demiurge. So, and they just talking about this, that's the whole Bible. They jump at the whole Bible, Joe. It's this devil. It's this Jehovah nigga and this Yahweh motherfucker who is the fraud. But they flipped that upside down, Joe, when they created. That's why those texts had to be buried, Joe. But they found that one in 1945 because when the Christian religion was being made, they went and killed those guys. They killed the Africans, and they was burning those texts, and so they buried that, right? So somebody would find it years later, 2,000 years later, proving that the God of this world, Joby, is the demiurge, is the devil. Not the God you worship, not the creator of the universe. And so now understanding that this demiurge, Joby, created this reality for you to, since it's long vibration, Joby, it created this existence where you die, come back, die and come back. And so it would just harvest your energy to keep it alive. So you would go to like this heavenly realm and get this thing all, Joe, but you haven't done good enough. You got some lessons to still learn down on earth. You say, oh, what? Yes. You got to learn more lessons, my child. I'm going to shoot your ass back. And so now you're caught in what they call a reincarnation trap. And the Africans knew this, Joby. That's why they wrote about it. And even older than those texts, it's older text than the Nag Hammadi, where the Africans call that the duat. So if you don't know, when you die, you're just being reincarnated in this trap. And I'm going to continue to play this video right here, Joe. So I'm going to continue. Go and play this video, Joe.
All right.
The breakdown of the lie that is we were hunter-gatherers. Why did they tell us that?
Here's the hidden truth about the hunter-gatherer lie and why they've been pushing it for generations. First, here's the part they don't want you to know. The idea that ancient humans were primitive, dirty, flesh-eating, nomadic hunter-gatherers is a fabricated story.
It's a lie. Pause it. Ancient humans are African. There are no ancient humans that are African, okay? Make sure we understand this. All these other people just got ancient humans. The only humans are African. Ancient humans. That's what the guy what that means. I was able to make it last.
You break. You're breaking. We're losing you a little bit, kid. Come again.
Oh, sorry, but go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You disconnected from what you really are. Because if you believe your ancestors were violent survival-based brutes, you'll never believe that you're a soul from a golden age of harmony, a child of the sun, a being of light who once walked with nature, not over it. So where did the lie come from? This narrative was crafted during the reset after the last great cataclysm and mud flood, likely around the 1700s, when they erased the last traces of Tartaria, Atlantis, and pre-flood civilizations. They replaced truth with the caveman script. It was pushed by Darwinists, empire-funded anthropologists, and elite institutions trying to create a timeline where humans slowly evolved from nothing instead of descending from divine memory. Here's where it gets deep.
The caveman script is real.
Animals
So
and chewing on raw meat. They lived in spiritual societies that were
So
aligned with the sun,
see this.
the stars.
So this is a mix up. We were spiritual societies, and so they're talking about. That's right. That's why I told you you can't be eating meat to raise your vibration. Your meat eating this kind of stuff because that's dead flesh. So before you die, as an African, you better get off the meat because you're eating dead flesh, which lowers your vibration. So if you die, you've been eating meat, your ass is coming back because your vibration is low as you leave the body. Go ahead.
And the soil. They ate fruit, herbs, nuts, seeds, the living gifts of the earth. They practiced sun gazing, grounding, plant medicine, energy healing.
Yes, and that sun gazing. So this, like I said, all this AI is just telling you what the African already knew. This ain't my side. I'm just giving you back what the African told you. Sun gazing, living in light and love, loving each other, kindness, Ubuntu. That's your nature. That's how you live. You live in no evil, wasn't stealing from each other, knocking each other head. You wasn't talking about this person, that tribe, and all the other goopy shit. Right? You were living in abundance and harmony with nature. That's your true history. Go ahead.
They built resonant cities with sound, frequency, and etheric tech. They weren't chasing animals. They were holding ceremonies with the sky. So why the lie about hunting? Because if they can convince you that humans always ate flesh, you'll think it's natural. You won't question the violence. You won't question the spiritual density that comes from consuming death. Eating flesh lowers the frequency of the soul.
Lowers your vibration.
The light body. It keeps your heart from becoming light as a feather. Like the ancients said, it must be.
And pause. See how I said this ain't light as a feather. We know that's African. Commit. We know you had, when you would die, it said, is your body light as a feather? Because the African was saying, only light as a feather, your soul, can you escape this soul trap. So, see, you're saying the ancients. Who are the ancients are the Africans. This is African science, right? So, pause that, Joby. Do me a favor, go to Google real quick. I say that, and say this: say images of Osiris, O-S. Let's go Osiris. That's O-S-R-I-S. Whatever. Osiris. O-S-I-R-I-S. Osiris. Yeah. It say images of Osiris, who's the Lord. That's why your blackness. They knew he was Lord of what? The perfect black that stood melanin. So say Osiris. Say images of Osiris with the feather. Say images of Osiris with the feather on Judgment Day. So we know. So they were just saying the ancients. This is African. The ancients. Images of Osiris with the feather on Judgment Day. So this is the weight of your soul. Your soul has to be lighter, than it has to be vibrating higher to go through this soul trap. It should have popped up for you, Joey, somewhere. See it?
I don't even know if I spelled Osiris correctly.
Osiris. O-S-R-I-S. Osiris.
Show my screen.
They never want to say Africa. They always want to say whenever people talk about the ancient, is the Africa. Okay, so Joby, so you see Osiris sitting in a big ass feather. You see it?
No.
You got the right one? He's got
Mhm.
Osiris. It should say, oh, right there, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Right there, go down. See right there, right there.
This one?
Him sitting on the throne and there's a feather over there. I thought I seen it. Hold on, let me, on my phone, it's so small. It should say, let me see. Go back up. Right, shoot right there. Yeah, go. Right. You should see a feather. Go down, go down. I can't see on my phone, but you just see Osiris and there's a feather there. You see those images got a feather there, Joby? A feather.
Nope.
What? Do those images have a feather? Ain't there a
There.
feather right there?
I've zoomed it.
Yeah, right there, feather.
I'm not
So
seeing one. Okay.
somewhere, anyway, there's a feather on there somewhere, Joby. I don't know. I can't sit on my phone, shit. But this is Africa. Everybody goes straight. This is Africa. So they would let you know, and that's why the African we were not meat eaters. Yeah, you get that later. Africans were vegetarians. They ate very little meat ever because you didn't eat dead flesh. There goes the feather right there. Feather. Right there. There you go, right there. So that's going to be those and the size and the feather. So what this was saying, the African was saying, you couldn't be eating blood and flesh of another animal because you're taking on the characteristics and the trauma of the animal when it was being murdered and slaughtered. And that lowered your vibration. They would say, you want to be, when you die, you want your soul to be light as a feather, meaning your vibrational high, so you'd have to go through the illusion, because you're going to go through the illusion. You're going to go through the Africans call it the duat, the astral plane, when with all the white people call, oh, you're going to heaven, and when you get to see the fake Jesus or fake out, whatever goofy nonsense you believe, they're going to show you a fake Jesus. They say, oh, Joby, we're so happy to have you here. You said you want to be a white woman. Okay, there you go. And we need to get you healed, and as soon as possible, get you back on your journey to healing in another body on the planet, Joby. Are you ready to go back? You might say yeah or no, whatever. The chance is going back. And so you said, well, I need some healing. Okay, we'll let you heal a little bit, and we'll come back and get you. But you got to go back and learn these lessons, Joby. Lessons you must learn. I don't know what the fuck they gonna tell you.
I've already
Whatever
learned
lesson.
lessons already. What am I supposed to learn more?
Well, you ain't learned enough because you ain't got out of here. So you're going back.
Crazy.
So this demiurge, this thing, created this illusionary world to recycle your energy over and over again. So, it's called the astral plane is another thing of the illusion.
So they gave us the hunter myth. Tied to blood, disconnected from the sun, and spiritually grounded, not in the good
Remember,
way.
who's connected to the sun? Remember, these other people can't be in the sun. That's why we'll say the African. Who's connected to the sun? The African. We're children of the sun. When you say ancient, and who the fuck is these ancients? I mean, the African? Yeah. The ancients. Go ahead.
You didn't come from brutes. You came from builders of light, gardeners of Eden, walkers between worlds. They lied about your past so you'd forget your mission. But now you're remembering. So the next time someone calls your ancestors hunter-gatherers, you tell them, We didn't hunt. We harvested light.
They lied to us so that we can think that eating flesh is normal. So if you're out here eating meat, you're doing what they wanted you to do. The ancients said that in order to ascend, our energy has to be as light as a feather. And when we consume flesh, it weighs down our soul. It gives us a whole bunch of dark, negative energy. So it makes it where you can't ascend. You don't get to ascend. You have to reincarnate. Come back into another body, go to school, and get a job. You have to become a worker. They got your position ready for you. Whatever you want to do, it's freedom of choice. You can pick whatever you want to do. You can become a doctor, a lawyer. You can work at the McDonald's. You could work at Home Depot, Taco Bell. You can be a janitor, a teacher, a professor, you name it. But it's all a part of the system that they need you, your soul, to come into a body, fill a position so they can run it.
Okay, that's the first video. Let me go to the second one.
First die, you're conscious, and what seems to be happening is that when you first die, your consciousness becomes expansive, and they travel at the speed of thought. And so,
Jimmy, I want you to go to the third one. Go. Play that one. Go to the third one.
Okay.
Yeah, not this one. Go to the third one right now. Because I seen that this guy understood a whole lot more. Go to the third one.
You were never free. From the moment you took your first breath, the system had already... Your memories wiped, your true nature buried, and your choice is nothing more than illusions fed to you by a construct so ancient, so well crafted, that even the most brilliant minds fail to question it. You are not in control. You never were. This world is not what it seems. The cycle of birth, life, suffering, and death is not some divine process of growth, it is a machine. A prison. And your soul is its fuel. The concept of the soul trap is not some fringe conspiracy or new age nonsense. It is the foundation of every major...
Exactly, pause, exactly. It's not no new age nonsense, because this goes back to ancient Africa. New age was white people trying to take your shit and learn it in every master, because they're part of that demiurge energy, right? They're created by the demiurge, by the ogre, by the devil in the Bible. So Yahweh is the devil. Keeping you here, recycling your fucking energy. That's why he's a jealous God. Creator has to be jealous of what? He's a jealous and hateful God and all crazy shit. That's a demonic energy. That's what that fucking Yahweh thing is. And that's what the Africans knew when they wrote about it. Said this shit is a fake, is a fraud. He ain't no fucking God. This is a fraud ass motherfucker. So you need to know that. It's a fraud. But so that later on, he becomes your devil, as the Africans write about. That's your devil. That's the Yahweh and your devil, the same damn thing. Nothing to do with the credit. They got you in a soul trap, dying, coming back. And so this guy got it right. Your memory's getting wiped. So what the fuck are you learning? That's what I finally came up with that conclusion too. As I was reading Robert Monroe's book, he said they wipe your memory. So what do you learn exactly? What are these people talking about? You learn and you gotta do karmic debt and all that old dumb shit. Nah, white people never do no karmic debt. They do wicked shit and nothing ever happen to their ass over and over again. What kind of karmic debt am I getting? And I don't know what the hell I did 2 and 3 and 4 lifetimes ago. Nope, I'm coming here stupid. I might be born to a dumbass Christian, a dumbass Muslim, and my whole life I'm fucked up. Never learned nothing. Come back again. Go ahead, Joe.
System throughout history, twisted and repackaged to keep you docile, obedient, and most importantly, contained. The ancient Gnostics knew the truth. They called this world the creation of a false god, a
Yeah,
demiurge
that's
who forged
the
reality out of
demiurge,
ignorance.
exactly. The demiurge. That's the Nas again. That's your Nag Hammadi text. The Nas. So that's your Nag Hammadi. Called him the demiurge. Oh, you all go. Or y'all the bands. What the Dogons told you. Okay? That's the reality. Go ahead, Joey.
Paradise, but as a farm, an energy harvesting construct designed to enslave consciousness itself. The Hermeticists warned of cosmic archons, parasitic entities that manipulate human perception, keeping souls tethered to the material plane. The Vedic text spoke of Maya, the great illusion, where the souls of men are endlessly recycled through reincarnation, never allowed to escape the wheel of samsara. Still think you're here to learn lessons or grow spiritually? You've been lied to.
That's what Joby said. What lesson do I have to learn? Well, Joby, since you're already back in the soul trap, it don't make a difference what lesson you learn. Your ass is coming back. What lesson do I need to learn? Joby, you'll find out when we send you back. Don't worry about that.
Ready. And this world is your cage. Here's how it works. At the moment of death, everything you think you know shatters. The comforting belief that you'll go to heaven or merge with the universe is a fabricated story designed to keep you moving toward the light. That light? It's a trap. It's a forced reincarnation system, a cosmic recycling machine engineered to strip you of your memories, your power, and your true nature before shoving you back into
Exactly.
body.
Strip you of your exactly like you led. Strip you of your memories, so there's no learning. Cause I don't know the fuck I was in my past life. Strip you of your memory, as Stove told you. Once your memories get stripped, and you find you can't make it, hey, you coming back? Yeah, you're done. Okay.
Live.
Go ahead.
Countless near-death experiences
Tell me,
describe
gonna be like, but I'm gonna eat my KFC. That's right. You come back to eat some more.
a blinding light, the presence of guides, beings that claim to be loved ones, angels, or even deities. They lure the soul into submission, playing on its emotional attachments, its fears, its longing for home. But these entities are not benevolent. They are gatekeepers. Their only job is to ensure that you never break free. Ancient Tibetan Buddhist texts describe the Bardo Thodol, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, which explicitly warns against.
Remember, Buddhism, guys, is nothing but it's African spirituality. That's where it came from. Africans took that there and became Buddhism. It's a little watered down, but yeah, all these things, even we got Christianity and Islam, all comes from African science, broken down sadly into a religion, which they should have never done, because you're supposed to be esoteric, not exoteric. Go ahead, Joe.
Instead, it urges the soul to seek the path beyond illusion, to evade the reincarnation trap. The Gnostic texts, particularly the secret Gospel of John, expose the rulers of this realm as deceptive beings who feed on human suffering and spiritual ignorance.
The Gnostic text, guys, that's the Nag Hammadi. Okay, if you guys want to, what he's saying, he's called that's the Nag Hammadi. So go get yourself the Nag Hammadi text and start reading that book. The Nag Hammadi. Okay, the Bible before the Bible. And you call this God the devil. Go ahead.
Dialogue The Republic speaks of souls being forced to drink from the river Lethe, obliterating their past memories before being thrust into new bodies. And the system doesn't stop there. The moon, long worshipped as a celestial guide, has been implicated as a key component of the trap. Esoteric traditions, from ancient Hindu cosmology to 20th century occultist thinkers like Robert Monroe and David Icke, describe the moon as an artificial satellite, an astral control station where souls are processed, memory wiped.
Exactly, with the moon. And that's when you find out, when everybody said everybody said they were astral, so they found out what's in the moon. The moon is your reincarnation station right there. That this y'all the boss motherfucker built. So you go to the moon, you're being reincarnated right there. And sent that, because remember, our moon is an artificial structure. It shouldn't be there. Our moon should not be where it's at. That's why it don't move. That's why we never get to the other side of the moon, the dark side. Remember, the moon does not move. It doesn't rotate like a regular sphere. It stays in the same place over and over. It does not move. Our moon does not rotate. How can it be a moon a normal sphere, and it don't fucking move. It don't rotate. It just stays in the same area all the time. Well, they told you that Yaldabaoth created the moon and Saturn to distort the reality that we live in, to keep the frequencies on the planet low, so you will not be able to sin out of this trap that it created to feed it and its demons energy. Go ahead, Joe.
The Saturn-Moon matrix theory suggests that the moon acts as a frequency emitter, keeping humanity in a constant state of vibrational entrapment, preventing escape from the physical realm.
Exactly.
Why do you think every major civilization obsessed over the moon? Why do secret societies encode lunar symbolism in their rituals? Because they know, and they don't want you to. This is not just about religious belief or ancient myths. Modern science is slowly catching up. Quantum physics has already proven that reality is non-local, that consciousness is not confined to the brain, and that
exactly. Well, pause it. Exactly, it's an illusion. Exactly. Their science is finally catching up with the Africans do hundreds of thousands of years ago. This is an illusion. It does not exist. The body is fake. You're in a soul trap and you're in an illusion. What you see is not even real. It's waveform slowed down vibrationally. None of this shit you're in is real. None of it. Joey's on the computer, that ain't real. On her apartment ain't real. It's only real to the circuits in her mind. Slowed down frequencies. This is a fucking illusion. That's why death is not real. Why you die and come back, because you are an eternal being. There's no such thing as death. You've never died in your life, ever. Has your body died? Yeah. So you can be recycled to the next body and you be a baby, shitting and pissing on yourself. And hopefully your parents are not morons.
Studies on DMT and near-death experiences suggest that reality itself may be a programmed construct, a high-dimensional simulation controlled by forces we cannot perceive with our limited senses. The implications are terrifying. It means that everything you've been taught is wrong. It means that the love and light narrative of the afterlife is a deception, a predatory mechanism designed to keep you enslaved. It means that the real battle is not political, not technological, not even physical, it is spiritual. And the worst part? The majority of people will never even question it. They will live, suffer, die, and be reborn, over and over again, endlessly recycled into the machine. You are trapped, but the chains are invisible. This isn't just about a system of control, it's about a total lockdown on perception itself. You don't just live in a prison. Your very thoughts, emotions, and experiences are dictated by an unseen architecture designed to keep you from ever realizing the truth. The astral dimension, the so-called spirit world, isn't what you think it is. Most people assume it's a place of higher wisdom, a bridge between life and death, a mystical realm where the soul is free. That is a lie. The astral plane is not a highway to enlightenment, it is part of the trap.
Part of the trap.
The containment layer, a carefully
That's right.
zone where souls
It's a complete, it's that puzzle, Joe. The astral plane is when you're out of your physical body, now you're now back to your, being white, there's spirits. You being in black, your soul body, right? Your unseen body. That's when they sitting there talking to you, Joby. What do you like? Joby, what do you think you need to learn in your next life? Well, probably some other shit. Yes. What part of the world would you like to experience? If I tell you that old shit and just throw your ass anywhere. I like to go to Brazil, okay. Next you know, Joby wake up in Namibia. Yeah.
Oh no, dang.
Redirected like cattle being herded back into the slaughterhouse.
That's right. Being herded back in.
When you experience out-of-body travel, when you connect with higher beings in meditation, where do you think you're actually going? Who do you think is controlling the experience? You assume that what you encounter in the astral is real, but reality in that realm is just as fabricated as what you experience in the physical world. You are not awakening when you enter the astral. You are interacting
No,
with the system
but
directly.
yeah, it's the lower part of the illusion.
Cult tradition.
Exactly. But you've been an African, you can channel and get to higher entities. But that's if you're eating right, you're alkaline, and your energy is high. You can reach out of this trap because you're vibrating at enough higher level to go through the illusion and get to the other beings that's on the other side of this fucking illusion. If you're African,
And secret society.
or you one of the good people that got, African genetics for melanin. You know, you have some white Asian people that have melanin because of the Moors. That's just a fact. Go ahead.
These have hinted at the existence of gatekeepers, entities that patrol the astral world and enforce the boundaries of the soul prison. These beings have been called by many names: archons in Gnosticism, jinn in Islamic mysticism, devas in Zoroastrianism, trickster spirits in shamanic traditions. Their purpose? To ensure you never see beyond the simulation. This is why astral projection is dangerous. It is not a method of escape, it is an open invitation for the system to engage with you directly.
But it's not dangerous. It's not dangerous if you know what it is. You know if you're going to astral plane, that's still part of the illusion. Okay? You've been to Africa, you're supposed to know this. Africa knew this all in the signs. You go look. Africa knew this. Thousands of years ago. They knew that when you left the body, you were still in the astral plane. The soul trap version, and I'm leaving. No, they knew you wasn't there. They called it the doo-wop. He said, and they warned you, leader, about so you learn how to navigate through the doo-wop to know that this is still the illusion, and you must buy.
Lost you. We're losing you.
I mean,
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What I'm saying is, the Africans knew they told you to astral project if you could, because they said you need to learn to do out of what we call the astral plane, so you know how to maneuver it after the body died. Okay, you need to know that was part of the illusion, and that these people didn't hold any weight over you or any authority, so you wouldn't be tricked into coming back again, Job, and being reincarnated. So you were so because for them, the ancients, there was no Jesus yet, so they couldn't be tricked by a fake Jesus. Jesus didn't exist yet, or Allah, none of that bullshit existed. So they couldn't. So they made sure they wasn't tricked by a phony creator. Said, "I'm the creator, Joby. Come here and let me teach you lessons. And you need more to learn and to go back." Like, nah, fuck that shit. You learn. Kiss my ass. Right? So now that you got the fake Jesus and the fake out, see you black people, now they're giving you the same fake illusion. Now they made them black. In your mind, you got some nigga Jesus telling you, my son, my daughter. Oh, it's nigga Jesus. Hey, nigga Jesus. Yes, come to me in the light and let's talk about what you've done in this life. Well, nigga Jesus, it was a hard life. Shit was fucked up. I was eating ugali every goddamn day. What about that, nigga? Don't worry. You're going to have another better life. No more ugali for you. Are you ready to go back? I got to go back, nigga Jesus? Yes. Yes, you do.
By their rules. You are exposed. And they are watching.
Let me just turn the video on, man.
Huh?
You just turn the video back on me? Go ahead.
The pyramid texts speak of the duat, a perilous realm that every soul must navigate after death.
Exactly. The duat. What was it? Exactly. The duat was what we call the astral plane today. The Africans knew that. They called it the this is part of the illusion, how to get past the illusion, to get back to true God, to get back to the universe and live and to keep ascending to other dimensions. So yes, the African knew this is an illusion. Go ahead, Joe.
Was not a paradise. It was a series of traps, illusions, and obstacles guarded by monstrous entities that tested and tormented the soul. Failure to outmaneuver them meant one thing: returning to the cycle of reincarnation. The ancient Egyptians did not view the afterlife as a peaceful transition. They saw it as a battlefield, one where only the most knowledgeable could escape the endless cycle. The Tibetan Book of the Dead describes something even more disturbing. It warns that after death, the soul encounters the deities who appear benevolent but are, in reality, fabrications of the mind, false constructs designed to lure the soul back into attachment. If the soul falls for the deception, it is forced into another reincarnation. The text explicitly states that only those who recognize the illusion can break free. Even more compelling, in the 20th century, Robert Monroe, one of the leading researchers in out-of-body experiences, documented firsthand that non-physical realms are inhabited by entities that control and monitor human souls. His writings reveal that astral experiences are artificially controlled and that certain areas are restricted, meaning, even beyond the physical world, your access to truth is deliberately blocked. Ask yourself this: why would there be restrictions? Who is enforcing them? You already know the answer. The New Age movement, modern spiritual teachings, and mainstream religious doctrines all push the idea that the astral realm is a place of peace, love, and divine connection. But this is exactly what you would expect if the controllers of the system wanted you to keep participating in it. Why would they want you to know the truth? If you knew that the astral realm was just another layer of the prison, you would start asking dangerous questions. The entities in control do not want that. So they shape the astral experience to keep you entertained, distracted, and pacified. They feed you visions of paradise, divine encounters, and warm reunions with loved ones, all designed to reinforce the illusion that you are on the right path. Meanwhile, the real escape routes remain hidden, buried beneath layers of deception, distorted history, and deliberate disinformation. Those who come too close to exposing them are ridiculed, discredited, or eliminated. You think you're making choices. You think you have free will. But everything in your life, every decision, every impulse, every belief, is engineered. The system needs you to believe in freedom while keeping you trapped inside an invisible cage. That's the ultimate control. A prison where the inmates don't even know they are prisoners. Reality itself is not what it seems. You wake up every day, go through your routine, interact with the world around you, all while completely blind to the fact that you are inside a controlled simulation. This is not a metaphor. Your mind is being manipulated at a fundamental level. The food you eat, the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, every single one of them is shaped by the system to keep you docile, distracted, and most importantly, obedient. It starts before you're even born. The moment your soul is forced back into a body, the programming begins. A biological operating system, your brain, is installed to ensure that you never question the rules of the game. Your body is designed to be weak, vulnerable to pain, dependent on food, water, and sleep. From the very start, your survival is placed in the hands of others, parents, teachers, governments, institutions. You are trained to follow orders, to conform, to obey authority without question. And just when you think you might start asking questions, the system gives you illusions of choice. You believe you're deciding your career, your beliefs, your lifestyle, but every option you're given was placed there by the system itself. Politics? A rigged game. Religion? A controlled narrative. Science? Only what they want you to know. Every aspect of reality has been pre-selected to keep you from ever realizing the truth. You are inside a machine that feeds off your energy. You don't even control your own emotions. The system is designed to keep you in a constant state of anxiety, fear, and confusion. Why? Because a fearful mind is an obedient mind. Look at history. Why has every major civilization relied on fear-based control? Why are you constantly bombarded with messages of war, disease, economic collapse? Because a population in fear never rebels. But the real secret? The manipulation goes beyond the physical world. The mind itself is not free. Your thoughts are not your own. The system has ways of implanting ideas, influencing behavior, and keeping you trapped in pre-programmed loops. This is why ancient spiritual traditions, from the Gnostics to the Buddhists, warned about the power of illusion. They understood that the material world is a construct, a manufactured reality designed to keep you cycling through endless lifetimes of servitude. Even your perception of time is a control mechanism. Why do you think you age, decay, and die? Because a limited lifespan ensures you never figure out the game. Every lifetime, you start from zero.
Exactly. Zero.
No
You come back, you die, come back, you don't learn enough to get out of here. Exactly right. And then if you got a neurotic ass parent caught in some goofy religion, they forced you into that shit. You spend your whole life in that shit, don't know what? God damn, I'm coming back again. Shit.
No memory of previous lives. No
Exactly.
awareness of
No memory.
It resets every single time, ensuring that you never accumulate enough wisdom to break out. Think about the way society is structured. From the moment you enter the system, you are forced into a timeline. Childhood education conditions you for obedience. Adulthood keeps you too busy working, paying bills, and chasing meaningless goals to ever question the system. And just when you finally start seeing through the cracks, you're old, sick, and dying. Game over. Reset. Try again. You are being watched. Every second, every thought, every moment of your existence is monitored, managed, and manipulated by forces you were never supposed to know about. These entities, call them archons, watchers, gatekeepers, whatever name fits, are the real rulers of this reality. Not your politicians, not your so-called leaders. The real control lies beyond the physical, in the hidden mechanisms that govern consciousness itself. These entities are not gods. They are prison guards. They enforce the soul trap. They make sure no one escapes. And the worst part? You have encountered them before. Ever had that overwhelming sense of being watched, even when you're alone? Ever felt something lurking in the corner of your vision, only for it to disappear the moment you turn your head? That is not paranoia. That is the system adjusting itself around you, making sure you don't stray too far from the boundaries of your designated reality. And when you die, they are waiting. Near-death experiences, ancient religious texts, even modern UFO abduction stories, they all describe the same thing. Beings of light. Guides. Higher entities who claim to welcome you home, to escort you into the afterlife. But if you look deeper, you'll see the truth. These are not benevolent beings. These are handlers. Their job is not to help you, but to process you, to wipe your mind, strip away your memories, and recycle you back into another life where you start from zero once again. They manipulate perception. They use emotion as a weapon, playing on your deepest fears and desires to keep you compliant. They appear as loved ones, as gods, as anything that will make you lower your defenses. The moment you accept their guidance, the cycle continues. Reincarnation is not a gift. It is a system of control. And they are the enforcers. This is not a theory. It is documented. The Tibetan Book of the Dead warns about deceptive deities that appear after death, urging the soul to avoid their influence. Gnostic texts expose the archons as soul harvesters, trapping spirits in cycles of suffering. Even the oldest Sumerian myths tell of Anunnaki gods who created humanity not as free beings, but as a workforce, bound to serve their masters. The evidence is everywhere. And it doesn't stop at death. They intervene in the physical world too. Sleep paralysis? Ever wake up in the middle of the night, completely unable to move, with the overwhelming sensation that something is in the room with you?
That's what Katie would
That's
have all
not
the
just a
time.
neurological glitch.
That explained to her.
Cultures across the world, from medieval Europe to indigenous shamans, describe the same phenomenon, dark entities looming over the paralyzed body, pressing down, draining energy. The same experience. The same presence. Everywhere. You were born into a rigged system, a system so advanced that it doesn't just control you, it controls the very fabric of reality itself. But here's what no one talks about. This isn't the first time it's happened. The soul trap is not new. It's ancient. And the technology behind it? It has existed for thousands of years, buried beneath the ruins of lost civilizations, hidden in the architecture of our world. Why do almost all ancient cultures, from Egypt to Sumer to the Mayans, talk about a sky god race that came down to create humanity? Why do their legends always involve beings who controlled life, death, and the afterlife? These civilizations didn't just build temples and pyramids for religious purposes. They built machines. Yes, machines, but not the kind you're thinking of. We're not talking about crude metal engines. We're talking about high-frequency energy structures, advanced geomagnetic control grids, and resonance-based technology that directly interacts with the human soul. The pyramids, the ziggurats, the obelisks, they weren't tombs. They weren't monuments. They were part of a planetary system designed to manage and manipulate consciousness. And what happened to these civilizations? They were wiped out. We are led to believe they just collapsed due to war, famine, or natural disasters. That is bullshit. The real reason? They knew too much. They got too close to understanding the construct, to discovering the mechanics of the soul trap, and they had to be erased. Their knowledge had to be buried. But traces still remain. Take the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its design is not random. It aligns perfectly with star systems, operates as a massive energy capacitor, and sits at the exact center of the Earth's land mass. What does that tell you? It was part of a control system, a broadcast tower in the planetary soul containment grid. And it's not the only one. Look at Angkor Wat, Teotihuacan, Machu Picchu, sites built with mathematical precision, always aligned with celestial bodies, always constructed with materials that can conduct and store energy. Why? Because they were part of a network, a planetary control matrix that maintained the frequency prison. And then, suddenly, one after another, these civilizations collapsed. Their knowledge was stolen, their structures were either destroyed or repurposed, and the survivors? Forced back into ignorance. But here's where it gets even darker. The controllers never stopped using this technology. They just made sure you forgot about it. The Vatican, the Washington Monument, Stonehenge, the LHC at CERN, all of these are positioned within the same geometric framework as ancient power centers. Do you really think that's a coincidence? The elite never abandoned the old system. They just modernized it. The moon, Saturn, the planetary ley lines, these aren't just cosmic decorations. They are nodes in a larger system that broadcasts the control frequency, ensuring that human souls remain inside the trap. Think about how modern technology works: radio waves, electromagnetic pulses, wireless transmissions. Now ask yourself, what if an advanced version of that same technology was keeping your soul locked inside this reality? You think governments run the world? That presidents, kings, or prime ministers decide your fate. They don't. They are just managers, middlemen, placeholders. The real power doesn't sit in public office. It operates from the shadows, and its primary concern is not wealth, not land, not resources, but something far more valuable. Your soul. The elites of this world are not just controlling economies, politics, and media. They are maintaining the soul trap. They don't just believe in the system, they actively participate in it. Every secret society, every ancient bloodline, every ruling class throughout history has been obsessed with one thing: esoteric knowledge. Why? Because they don't serve the people.
See, pause that. Esoteric, exactly. Everybody's interested in esoteric knowledge was real, not exoteric. These the people that know that run this world, they know all that Jesus shit ain't real, that Islam nonsense. They don't care about that. They don't want to create that exoteric crap. They want to know esoteric knowledge. The real knowledge, the hidden, esoteric. Go ahead, Joe.
System that owns you. Look at the symbols they use. the all-seeing eye, the checkerboard floors, the obelisks, the Saturnian rings, the owl, the pyramids. These aren't decorations. These are calling cards. They mark their allegiance to the real rulers of this world, the entities who maintain the soul trap. The Vatican.
And remember, get it back, and the cats that runs the banks, right? And remember the Archons and Thoth and these other Atlantis that made these guys. I was on live with this brother a couple of days ago on TikTok. All night. I was on there like 4 hours. Me and him was going back and forth Tuesday. I was in that Tuesday night. I was on his live stream, me and him going back and forth. I'm going to bring him in for an interview. I got to reach out. I'm bringing him for an interview. To my interview. He said, yeah. We talking about Atlantis and everything else. But they were making these. He seemed to think they were making the white. I said they were making them there, these other people there. And it caused the vibration to collapse. And some of them lived. I said, no, they started making these motherfuckers again in Kemet. They started making these motherfucking things again in Kemet. Where you start getting the vast amount of these motherfuckers, the Europeans, the Asians, and the Eastern. That's when they start. That's what the Tamahus is. He said, yeah, that's the Tamahus. Yeah, that's what the Tamahu is. And around the walls, you read Gerald Massey, Book of the Beginnings. Where Gerald Massey was talking about the Africans talking about making other races of people. Right there on the walls. Because the Tamahu that created white man. Right there. Tamahu created. Tama meaning created. Hu meaning white, bright. Created white man. That's on the walls of Kemet that Napoleon destroyed. But Jeremiah said I already found it. Might go get the book of the beginnings, and Egypt, light of the world. Let's talk about the Tamahu. Created European. But who created them? Huh? Because we know that the Comedians were from what? Atlantis. According to Thoth's book, the Emerald Tablets, the Africans left Atlantis. And the reason why it got sunk because we lowered, they dropped the world in vibration. That's where you get the deluge myth, the fake Noah bullshit, that fake myth, that you had the Africans, only black, the Africans, some of the Africans fucking around and creating lesser beings. And that lowered the vibration of the earth and caused the flood. And we know the surviving Africans went to Kemet, and started creating another civilization there, and started doing the same shit there. That's why it's on the walls of Kemet, called the Tamahu. Go ahead, Joker.
The Skull and Bones, the Black Nobility, the global banking families. These groups are not separate.
Right. And not the banking family, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, exactly. All that knowledge that they stole, they got from the Moors, and they know that they are the abomination. They know it. And this thing, that's the reason why they got the child sacrifice and the organ harvesting and everything like that, and the disappearance. They've been interacting with interdimensional beings that created their ass. That's why they're control. They got control of the world through this state, and you're never supposed to know that. But booyah, you know it now. Go ahead, Joe.
For thousands of years, and their rituals, their ceremonies. Those aren't just traditions; they are transactions.
Exactly. Rituals and ceremony.
Look at the initiation rites in elite organizations.
Yep.
They all involve death and rebirth symbolism.
Yep.
Skulls, coffins, blindfolds, blood sacrifices.
Yep. The blood the blood sacrifices. Remember that knows the vibration, like meeting it. That allows the demiurge or Yahweh punk ass to merge into this dimension and have communion with these wicked motherfuckers because it lowers the vibration, and he can come into this dimension and talk to these motherfuckers and have them carry out his will, his wishes. That's what the blood sacrifice is about. Interdimensional travel.
Process that happens to every soul at death. They are reenacting the recycling mechanism because they understand that death is a business.
They know what it is because it's not just a business. These are the ones created by this entity because they know they'll never leave. Because I told you, without melanin, you can never leave this existence. This is an illusion. You were created in the illusion. So when the illusion collapses, you go along with it. You go along with the demiurge, Yahweh punk ass, Jehovah punk ass. You go along. You in with his ass. When he ends, you end. The African is the battery that fuels this thing. That's why everybody hates us. You get it? Because it feeds off of your energy. Because you're the only real individual in this illusion. Remember, this doesn't exist. You're just energy. In your eyes, everything looks clear, but really you're just a wave form of vibration of energy. And so this thing has to feed off of your energy. That's why you're in poverty. That's why you got everybody hates you. Why everybody's discriminating against you. That's to keep your energy low, so these things can feed off of your frequency. You are the key to this matrix, and this is an illusion. That's already been proved. You're living in a holographic illusion, and this ain't nothing new. Like I said, the African news is hundreds of thousands of years ago. Hundreds. Not with the white man and their fake thing with the demiurge telling you they fake history. That's fake. That's why I want to tell you they don't know about Atlantis. Atlantis is real. High tech, high everything. That's a real society. Atlantis is real. Was real. Of African people, high tech science, high tech everything, and some of them decided to go off the reservation and create these people. Back then, you were more spiritual than physical. You were more light than physical, so you were more spiritual than you were physical. But as you created things with lower vibration, you fell in frequency. The earth fell in frequency. The earth fell in frequency with you doing your wicked shit. Now the earth is trying to climb back up in frequency. That's why everybody's birth rate is fucked up. Besides the African woman. Because the earth is saying, I'm getting rid of this shit. Earth is trying to raise in vibration. Whether you like it or not. Earth is a living being. Conscious of itself. And it's trying to raise in vibration. So all the abominations that you made, it's trying to get rid of it. That's why everybody's birth rate is all fucked up, except the African woman. Everybody's birth rate, that's a fact, don't look it up. Everybody's birth rate is all fucked up. Because everybody else is a hybrid. Only African woman's birth rate is up. Even with all the poverty they put in, they try to give her VACCINEs, fake food, but she's the only one with a high positive birth rate. So, Atlantis, they said some of these things about when you got going to the Caucasus Mountains. I'm going to say they started being created again in Kemet. Go ahead, Joe.
Money. It's about energy. The human soul emits energy, and energy that these beings, both physical and non-physical, feed on.
That's right.
Fear, trauma, despair, these emotions.
No vibrational energy. And that's why the people that was created by the archons control what your entertainment, your news, the wars, why you always got war, the economy's always effed up. You're always in struggle and strife. Your entertainment's always garbage, low vibrational shit, because it feeds off that low vibrational energy. Why you got tattoos all over your body? And when this new study came out, told that tattoos mess you up. I've been said that. You should know looking at this shit looks terrible. That's bleeding into your body. It's causing you to die. Anybody got tattoos on their body, you died 10 years to 15 years earlier. Because that ink is going into your blood system, causing disease. You think you would know that, but who am I to tell you? Right? Everything's to lower your vibrations. About you are in a vibrational war, an energetic war. I know what you think you see in your eyes is real. It's not. It's an illusion. None of this is real. Go ahead, Joe.
Loose, raw energy, which the controllers harvest.
Exactly.
This is why wars never end.
Exactly.
This is why human history is a never-ending cycle of bloodshed,
of war, poverty, genocide. Yeah.
Do you really think it's just about land, resources, or ideology? It's about generating mass trauma.
Exactly.
Large-scale human suffering fuels the system, keeps the grid intact, strengthens the trap. Now think about what happens at an individual level. Ever wonder why ritual abuse exists at the highest levels of power? Why so many figures in elite circles are linked to horrific crimes against children? Because those acts generate the most potent energy. They're not just psychopaths. They are practitioners. They are sustaining the system. This is why the most powerful people on Earth obsess over Saturn, the moon, and celestial alignments. They conduct rituals during eclipses, solstices, and planetary conjunctions not because they believe in superstition, but because they are actively working within the construct. They are not just maintaining control over human society. They are managing the energy flow within the soul trap itself. And the most sinister part? They know that most people will never figure it out. The masses will continue voting, protesting, debating policies, thinking that power shifts from one party to another. Meanwhile, the real rulers remain untouchable, unseen, and unstoppable. Because their control is not political. It is spiritual. Every major religious and mystical tradition contains fragments of the truth, but only if you know where to look. The Bible, the Quran, the Vedas, the Tao Te Ching, the Emerald Tablets, all of them have been altered, censored, or mistranslated to keep you from seeing what's really there. But the codes still exist, buried beneath.
The Emerald Tablets have been completely fucked up. I used to have an older version 30 years. It's completely been tampered and edited. I'm like, what is this? Because the Emerald Tablets don't even really go into Atlantis no more. If you listen to it on YouTube, Atlantis is completely gone for like a second. Then I tell you what, don't just tell you about them creating these crackers and mixing them up. That's not even in it no more. That's completely taken out. But those are talking about the Atlanteans making up shit they're not supposed to be doing and lowering the vibrational weight of the planet. The old text tell you that these Africans were creating these fucking Neanderthals. That's in the original text that you can never fucking find. He's right. You can't find when the Africans, the Atlanteans, those Africans, okay, we're creating these fucking things. Because you're not to know that. Go ahead, Joe.
Take the Gnostic texts, the ones the early church tried to erase from history.
Yeah, they tried to erase
these scriptures
the Nag Hammadi. Right.
A false creator, an imposter who built this world as a prison for souls. The Gnostics knew that what people called God was actually an archon, a ruler of this fabricated reality, whose only goal was to keep souls trapped in cycles of reincarnation. And what did the early Christian authorities do?
Yahweh
they
punk
hunted
ass.
down the Gnostics and burned their writings.
And killed them. They found Nag Hammadi, exactly. They went to go kill the Africans. They wanted to take the Christ. Remember, Africans, Christ is a vibration, not a person. They say, hey, we can't control nobody with that goofy shit. So you need to accept what we're going to make this
You're
fake
break.
Jesus, whether it be black or white. Breaking again.
Yeah.
I'm breaking again, Joby. I'm breaking again.
Yes, you're breaking, but I can hear you now.
Am I breaking? Okay. Say whether you make them church, that's why they want to make them black. Now, don't make a difference. Whether black or white didn't exist. You're getting caught in the same system. There was no damn black Jesus, white Jesus, Chinese Jesus, East Indian Jesus, shit, Indian Jesus, goddamn tap dancing Jesus, whatever the hell. It did not exist. Christ is energy. Christ is consciousness, not a person. That's them trying to get you back in the same moronic system. So you know Jesus is a black man. He's black. No, idiot. Never existed. So, I'll go ahead, Joe. Let's play. Go ahead, play.
World was a construct, that their suffering was engineered, the system would
Exactly.
collapse. Look at the Tibetan Book of the Dead. It explicitly warns against the illusions of the afterlife, the false light, the deceptive beings, the fake paradise that lures souls back into the trap.
Exactly.
It describes, in detail, the mechanics of the soul recycling system and teaches how to navigate past
This is where they got that heaven shit in your Bible and your Quran. So all you other people, you Quranic motherfuckers, you go to this fake heaven, which is part of the damn astral plane, which is the illusion. Like, oh, I'm in heaven, nigga. Look at me in heaven. Yeah, you're not going to any fake hell. You're gonna go to your fake heaven, and then they're gonna toss your ass back in another body. Get your ass back down there, nigga. Go ahead, Joe.
mainstream Buddhism today, those warnings are conveniently ignored. The ancient Egyptians understood the trap better than almost any other civilization.
Pause. They understand it better than any civilization because they were the Atlanteans. And the Africans were the only people here. So they knew the story. That's why this is also in the Dogon text. The Dogons are ancient comedians who left Kemet with the invasions and ended up in Mali today.
You
Those
guys
are comedians.
get your breaking.
Damn, I'm on a bad air again. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, let them. I don't know. Maybe it's my internet, but I
Can,
hear you.
can anybody hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yes or no?
We hear you, but you're breaking. Your words are not like audible enough.
All right, let me know if you guys can hear me. Yes or no? Now.
The Book of the Dead and their funerary rites were not just religious superstitions. They were escape manuals. The entire purpose of mummification and the elaborate tomb rituals was to preserve the soul's memory and awareness after death, so it would be wiped clean.
So you get out of here. Exactly. So you get out of here.
As history progressed, this knowledge was corrupted into simple funerary traditions, and its true meaning was lost. Even Plato, one of the greatest philosophers in history, spoke of this trap.
Plato never existed.
He described souls being forced to drink from the river Lethe, a metaphysical mechanism that erases memory before reincarnation. He understood that this system was not natural, but imposed. So why don't you hear about this? Why isn't this part of mainstream religion or philosophy? Because the real rulers of this world made sure it wouldn't be. Throughout history, any group or individual who came too close to exposing the truth was either destroyed, discredited, or absorbed into the system.
My internet.
All right, yeah, so it's Joby's internet, not me.
Lie to.
No, they say yes, they can hear me. That's your shit. Anyway. So, like I'm saying, before Joe's internet comes back, Christ is consciousness. The Africans were the only people here. Okay, saw you Indian niggas, you didn't exist. Okay? Sorry. Genetically, you pretendians didn't exist. So my fault, my bad. Anyway, So they understood what system that they lived in. So that's what they was writing about. That they got trapped here, coming from Sirius in this illusion. That this Yaldabaoth, this image, was trapping souls to feed off its energy because it got disconnected from true God. And so that's what they talked about and wrote about. And why they made mummies was to try to keep the memory and get past what they call the duat or the astral plane and get so they could ascend past this illusionary realm instead of getting recycled back into the body. Go ahead, Joe.
You talked shit about my internet now. It's buffering. Let me go on the questions.
You know what's happening up all the time.
No, it's always doing good.
But
But
don't blame me for your fucked up internet too.
shout out to Jason, shout out to Emil, everyone with us on
Yeah,
the
they can read some of the comments.
Emil says notifications from your channel are getting suppressed. I had to go to your if
Oh
you're on the
yeah,
WhatsApp and
they never give notifications, guys.
If you know the time, of course, you know what time on we are on. Shout out to the Welfare King. He says, when I was a kid going to the Mobile Beach and Pensacola Beach in early 1970s, I started a Caucasian was meant to be in the sun. What do you mean? I didn't get that. Grammar. Check sentence.
You saw you saw him in the sun. He probably said he did. He saw him in the sun and they looked all messed up. Sun wasn't working for him, most likely.
Jason Karibu once again. Emil also says Maurice Mohammed said on this previous live stream, when you pass on, the creator takes your soul, recycle it, and put it in another body to do more work and learn each time.
Maurice Mohammed is a moron, female. Creator's not taking your soul and doing it. That's the false creator. Maurice Muhammad is a moron. A moron. Go ahead, Joe.
Shout out to Jiba Jaba. He also said the quest for fire is a good deception of the white man acting like unwashed.
Yeah.
And Emily said this is the timeline where they start pushing evolution. And Jiba Jaba says Clan of the Bear Cave is another good deception on film. And Emil says ain't black anyway, so I'ma continue enjoying my salmon and mac and cheese with shrimp. And I also see Jiba Jaba says there is a Negro that makes sandals with living moss and grass in the footbed to ground the wearer. It has a copper grounding too. Jaroke Karibu. Jiba adds, yep, the weight of all your past deeds must not weigh more than a feather. Damn. Then mine already passed a feather then. They even passed a chicken. They're past all the feathers. But I also see Jiba Jaba says that's where Lady Justice and her scales come from in modern law. And
exactly, that's what my mother Justice. That's the Mayati and Justice. Yeah, everything they got is still. Remember, you got Creek cats that come here. They didn't have any history. They didn't have any. They come out the caves, right? They didn't have any damn science, so they just adapt everything that was ours. That's why Washington D.C. is ancient Kemet. They got the Avalos. In Rome, they got the Avalos. In France, all they did was rebuild Kemet in their capitals, from London to Paris to Rome to Washington D.C. Because they got no history. They just steal our shit and claim to be us. Right? So them come out the cave and have no history. They assume us. Go and learn and claim to be us. Go ahead, Joker.
Emil has a question asked, what about the Amit? Is it also encountered before reincarnating?
What about the who?
Amit.
The Amit. What's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Um,
If you don't know, Joby, how the hell I'm supposed to know?
well, that's he was asking a question, so maybe he thought you knew.
I don't know what the Amit is. The Amit. I don't know what that is.
And
Uh, elaborate, Emil. Elaborate.
The
What's the
Cathars in
Amit?
medieval France, one of the last Gnostic sects,
okay.
were wiped out by the Catholic Church.
Don't we just be pushing play without letting nobody know shit?
That's not me, Kate. That's TikTok, please. Also
Oh.
see Jason says, meet
Oh, that's how long it took this thing to buffer. You and your crazy internet. Okay.
Jason says, meat jacks up the physical body, not the soul. That's like fearing a hellfire, which can't burn a soul. And John Mosquito Karibu, Jason also says, when we die, everything we will see will be through forms and builds up of past lives illusion. Eventually, the moon will disappear. These old gods really can't have power like we think and manipulate us to believe. And Joe Mosquito, who asked about the KFC? I'm gonna have KFC anyway. Still,
So Joby will be coming back.
I'm still not done with that KFC. That's for sure. But I also see Joe Mosquito. The human body is an amazing thing. Jason also says we have to gravitate to parents in the physical with the same type of love, frequency, and vibration as we have in the best dummies.
Exactly.
Job is going to wake up in Atlanta. Yeah, so long as there's no mumble talk, people are talking well, and so long as it's not poor. Good. And John also says you hear that 10 speed astro projecting through tunnels is dangerous. And welfare
No,
says
no, astral projection is not dangerous. That's if you don't know what the hell you're doing and what it perceives. That's why you got the CIA doing it. Unless you perceive, um, you do the astral projection because you want to know what's going on. I mean, you gotta know what's going on while you astral project. But some people do it by accident; it just happens. So sometimes you just do it. Shit just happens.
mm-hmm.
You know.
And Jason says we really don't know what's going on, what's going to happen beyond the spirit world or in it. Jiba says fear and sex are the two most effective primal manipulators. And
Exactly.
John Mostre says because to be fearful, you lack control of emotions, good or bad. Um, Jason says too many folks have attachment to this illusion. Emil says, I consider myself one of the very few young adults that don't give in to those frivolous activities. That's why a lot of people think I'm weird and social isolates.
Oh,
And
think you're socially awkward, email because you have a little more consciousness. Yeah, you're not going see the people that go along with the cattle we did last week. The cattle brain. You're not a cattle brain. So it means you're not a sheepo. Most people in this illusion are sheep or cattle. They can't really consciously or critically think. So you're right. Most people, sadly enough, are cattle. So that's the way the illusion is set up. You go to this indoctrinating school, you don't know, so you can keep coming back, and it's for the illusion to continue. But I think eventually the creator of the universe is gonna get tired of this shit and smash this shit all the fuck up. Because we might think something's a long time, but in the realm of the creator, since it's endless, a trillion years is like a twinkle of the eye because it's infinite. We said, damn, this shit was a trillion years ago. But to the creator of the universe, that's yesterday. That's nothing because it's infinite. So time is judged differently. But eventually, this illusion is going to be smashed all the hell up. It's not going to be allowed to just exist on an internal level because it goes against what the creator wanted to create. Everybody to be free and enjoy the universe and love and different experiences. It it stops that. You're caught up in a trap of of wickedness, trap of everything. You're believing in fake gods. You always worry about whether you can pay the bills, and starvation and genocide and all kind of crazy shit going on.
Anyway, let me wind up this video, then share the other remaining ones as
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
The Hermeticists, who understood the nature of reality as a mental construction,
Exactly.
were silenced
So-
and demonized.
Exactly. Hermeticists. Remember.
Breaking free from.
See, exactly. They would say Hindu. It's not Hindu. It was called Brahmanism by Africans. All this stuff is African. All this shit they say is all African. All of it. Ancient African turned to some other goofy name. Hermeticists, we know that's Stoics, and that's we're talking about the Kabbalion, the 7 laws of the universe. Which are real. And when the archons are creating these fake religions, people who knew about the seven laws of the universe were ostracized, like they said, were made evil. But we know through science that's what's real. Go ahead, Joe.
Were rewritten to promote submission to karma and reincarnation as a necessary cycle rather than
exactly karma. It's nonsense.
Even in the modern era, figures like
Correct.
Philip K. Dick, Robert Monroe, and John C. Lilly, who explored the boundaries of consciousness and hinted at the existence of a simulated, controlled reality, were either ignored, ridiculed, or mysteriously shut down.
No, Robert Monroe was not ridiculed or shut down. That's what the gateway protocols are based from Robert Monroe. That's what the CIA took and is doing today. So he was never shut down. Robert Monroe protocol is what the CIA adopted and what they use now, controlling the world with the Ashkenazim. Go ahead, Joe.
The exit exists, but no one is going to show it to you.
Right.
No book,
get out of here.
No guru, no religious institution, no so-called spiritual teacher is going to hand you the key. Because the truth is, the moment you start looking for an external savior, you're already lost.
That's right.
The system was built to keep you searching outside yourself, chasing after false gods.
Exactly. Outside, exoteric. The system was designed to have you in the exoteric world, not the esoteric. Esoteric is the real shit inside. You must go inside to find the creator. Find the source inside, not exoteric. This system is to keep you exoteric, praying in goofy churches and preachers and Islam and being with Joby's goofy daddy and stepmom with damn hijabs and Jesus talk. So you keep coming back to this bullshit. Go ahead, Joe.
Will never come. That's how they keep you compliant, by making you believe you're powerless. The ancient texts that survived the purges hint at the escape routes, but they don't give you a map. Why? Because the ones who wrote them knew something crucial. If the system knows you're trying to leave, it will adapt. It will create new illusions, new distractions, new ways to pull you back in.
Keep your ass in here.
That's why there's no single, universal method to breaking out, because the trap is customized for each soul. Here's what we do know. First, memory is everything. Every time you die, your memories are wiped clean, and that is the single most effective tool the system has to keep you trapped. That's why ancient civilizations developed memory preservation techniques, mummification, sacred burial sites, specific meditative practices, all designed to protect continuity of consciousness after death. The Egyptians, the Tibetans, the Gnostics, they all knew that awareness at the moment of death was the difference between freedom and reincarnation. Second, they will come for you. Every near-death experience, every ancient warning, every secret society initiation describes the same thing: gatekeepers. They appear as guides, ancestors, angels, even gods, offering comfort and direction. Reject them. Do not follow the light. Do not surrender to the illusion. These beings are not there to help, they are there to reprocess you, to wipe you clean and send you back. The only way out is to remain fully conscious and refuse every single trick they throw at you. Third, this world is made of frequencies. Every object, every emotion, every thought operates at a specific vibrational state. The
Exactly.
trap is held together by frequencies of control, fear, attachment, materialism, obedience. The escape requires breaking resonance with the system itself. This is why true hermits, mystics, and esoteric practitioners isolate themselves from mainstream society, not for religious devotion, but to disconnect from the broadcast. And here's where it gets disturbing. The elites, the ones keeping this system running, they know all of this.
Of course they do.
That's why they manipulate human consciousness through constant fear, trauma, distractions, and artificial desires. They don't just control information. They control your mind's ability to even conceive of escape.
Show you reality.
Every war, every financial crisis, every new piece of mind-numbing entertainment is designed to keep your attention locked on the physical world, so you never even think to question what's beyond it. Every ancient civilization that tried to break the cycle was destroyed. Every major religious or philosophical movement that got too close to the truth was either hijacked, corrupted, or erased from history. The people who run this system don't care if you're rich or poor, left or right, religious or atheist. They only care that you stay in the game. So what does this mean for you? It means that no one is coming to save you. It means that you have to take full responsibility for your own escape. No prayers, no rituals, no external authorities are going to do it for you. You either wake up and take control of your own consciousness, or you keep playing this game until the next reset. And the system is fine with that. They've got eternity to keep you distracted. If you made it this far, congratulations. Most people won't. Most people will hear this and immediately retreat back into their programming, dismissing it as paranoia, as conspiracy, as too dark to think about. But you didn't. You're still here. And that alone means you've already begun to see through the illusion. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, so I'll just go to the
Last one.
okay. And we wind up.
Like you're tired, Joby.
Hmm?
Sound like you're tired.
Nah, it's my leg. It's
Oh.
on and off painful.
Oh. Let you know you're coming back eating your chicken. Get your leg ready.
You tell you that this old language is bullshit. It was this.
So I remember. Let me set this up, Joe. Let me set it up. So this is how you know all these things are lies. And see, these are the archons. See, this is the fake. You know what? Fake cats with the hats making up fake languages. So now they're starting. And since you're coming to the age of awakening, so a lot of lies are coming full circle. How these group of people call themselves these things and are not. They've made up fake languages. I've been said that this fake Hebrew shit is Yiddish. It's fake. It's made up. But these are the cats that's talking to the demiurge behind closed doors, interdimensional beings, which are real. Go ahead, Joby.
Palestine. He invented this language for the Zoo Project.
Exactly. Made up.
They invented Hebrew language in 1896, and they lie to you. They tell
Not
you that
ancient.
old language is bullshit.
Fake.
It was this Russian Zionist who then moved to Palestine. He invented this language for the Zoo Project. Of course, it's fake. He took 80% of Arabic words and then wrote this book also. This guy is a nutcase. So Hebrew is 80% Arabic with Yiddish alphabets. Here's the proof. Hebrew, Yiddish. Hebrew, Yiddish. Hebrew, Yiddish. Exactly same letters, exactly same language. In addition, they lie to you about Phoenician script. This is a script, has nothing to do with the Germanic language. This is a script, that's a language. And to confuse you further, they add fiction to reality.
Yeah, exactly. Fake Bible.
Religious fiction. Solomon's Temple, Kingdom of
Solomon.
That's all fiction. Has nothing to do with reality.
Never happened. There was never nobody named King Solomon. Sorry, moronic Christians. There's nobody named King David. Sorry, you morons. It's all made up. It's fiction. It's a lie. It's an African script and made these fake people. You have your daddy telling Joby, Joby, you get up. We got to go learn about King David. God damn, again, I got reincarnated back in this motherfucker. That's right. You wanted your KFC. Much love.
Yeah, much love. As a wind up, I see
What's up, family? Okay, go. Yeah, read the last comments before we go.
genotism, Aknos, and malevolent. If I'm pronouncing those
Yeah, that's
words.
it. That's it. Malevolent. Archons and malevolent. Malevolent means bad beings, Joe. Malevolent, evil. Malevolent.
Dominic rulers who govern the material world and prevent souls from returning to the divine realm of
Exactly.
the pleroma, the
Yeah, the
fullness of,
diploma. Who
and
wrote that? That's who wrote that?
Jaroki.
Okay, exactly right.
Okay, Jaraki. I don't know.
You got it right. Calm down.
It also says I have 9 tattoos I've done prior to military in ROK, no more since 2009. I always
Good for
tell
you.
black
Hope
people.
you get them off you, so you won't get any ink, any lead and ink poisoning. Go ahead, Joe.
And
Yeah.
so see George Guy in the building, Karibu Sana. Jason says while the pretend Indians eat McDonald's junk food, pork chops, with little sausage. Kenyan internet is so fast it takes time for the data to catch up to it. It is very fast, Jiba Jabba, please. Time Speed also says Kitty just destroyed 60 years of Negro preacher, the Greens and the Chitlins, telling them Jesus is not real.
Yeah, too
They
bad.
with the Holy
Eh, eh,
Ghost.
Everybody's fantasy got to come to an end sometime. 10 speed. Sorry,
The
sorry.
omnipotent half lion, half crocodile, half hippo deity that devours the heart of the soul of those that are
Exactly.
worthy going to the afterlife in ancient Kemet. So that
So
is the
remember, so exactly what we talking about the crocodile. Remember, the crocodile is that Urogo, that energy. So when you go read the old Dogon text, they tell that the energy is crocodile, is reptile. That's why you look at these white people. We're gonna do it tomorrow. We're gonna show the energy from the channels. And you'll see the demonic archon and you will go energy in this damn thing because the digital camera is able to look out of that visual spectrum that we see in and look in the other spectrum and see the goddamn energy up in this goddamn with the slitted eyes and the like, god damn. And that's not distortion. That's the camera, the digital camera picking up that energy, picking up that Urogo or Demiurge or Yazabeth energy, which they already told you is a crocodile, is a reptile, is reptilian energy. Go ahead, Joe.
Mm. And to wind up, I see also Jason says in 1896, same year my grandmother on my father's side was born and passed in 1972 at
Wow, she
77.
almost lived to be 100 years old. Shit.
Jaroke says they're all similar in language and genetics. Hell, just look at them creating slight variations to disguise and deceive. Well, yeah, that's where we wind up. Much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful
Much
day.
love, family. Same time tomorrow.
Yeah.
We come back on. We come back on talking about the energy. We come back showing the energy of this thing. That through digital cameras, you see the energy and the distortion of what's in it.
Yeah, so much love, family. See you guys tomorrow and take care, be safe, and have a beautiful day.
I'm going to get me some Popeyes chicken.
Wow. The one who wants